All right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Jimmy Fowler. I'm a lead meteorologist here at the Houston Galveston office. And this morning, I'll be giving you an update on the icy conditions that we are experiencing this morning, as well as an update on the extreme cold conditions expected through the next couple of days. So, situation overview, what's changed? Largely, the precipitation has ended, other than some lingering showers down along the coast. Uh, Icy conditions will linger through tomorrow morning, especially for any roads that get wet today and then will refreeze tonight. The key messages that we'll be sharing is the dangerously cold conditions expected through Tuesday morning. We're going to have a prolonged period of below freezing temperatures that has begun for most of the area and will continue through at least through tomorrow morning, and then maybe warm up a little bit and then drop down to dangerously cold conditions Monday night into Tuesday morning. Wind chills today into tonight will be dropping down to as low as 0 degrees to the mid-teens, and then hard freezes are expected tonight and tomorrow night. Hazardous travel conditions are possible through Monday morning, as we see the continuing icy conditions lingering. Weather conditions as of 10:30 a.m. this morning. So again, precipitation has exited to the east. We have some light showers down along the coast. Temperatures are down into the low 20s in the piney woods and areas west of the Brazos River, and then upper 20s to low 30s along the I-10 corridor, and then low to mid 30s along the coast. These temperatures that you're seeing here now may increase a degree or two this early afternoon, but then are expected to quickly drop as the sun sets this evening. This here is a map of rainfall and MPing reports. So those are reports of precipitation type that we get from the public and other various sources. This map here is only an estimate of the rain that has fallen. It does not equate to how much ice has accumulated. The pink icons that you see there are reports of freezing rain, and then the blue dots are reports of sleet pellets. So as you can see, the majority of the reports from this morning are from areas north of I-10 and then kind of west of kind of the 59 corridor, with some isolated reports of freezing rain down along I-45 towards Galveston Island. These are the road conditions from drivetexas.org from this morning for the reports of icy conditions. And as you can see, we have lots of reports of icy road conditions across the Piney Woods into the Brazos Valley, and then along some of the major roadways, especially along those elevated roadways going down towards the Houston metro area. We do still have the ice storm warning, winter weather warning, and winter storm warning, and the winter weather advisory in effect through 6 p.m. this evening for various parts of the region. Again, the precipitation has largely ended. We may end up canceling these products before 6 p.m. However, that does not mean the icy conditions are going away. Those icy conditions are expected to linger through tomorrow morning, especially on roads, bridges, and walkways. Hazardous travel conditions are expected in any of those icy areas tonight into tomorrow morning. And if we have any higher wind gusts this afternoon, we may see some weather-related power outages possible. The extreme cold warning remains in effect through Tuesday morning for all of Southeast Texas. We're going to see cold wind chills down to 0 to 15 degrees across the area, prolonged hours of sub-freezing temperatures, and hard freeze will be likely for nearly all of Southeast Texas tonight and tomorrow night. Down off the coast, we do have a small craft advisory in effect for elevated seas and winds, with wind gusts potentially up to 30 knots. These conditions will be hazardous to small craft, and then inexperienced mariners, especially those operating smaller vehicles, should avoid navigating in these conditions. Here is the peak wind forecast through tomorrow. We'll see those northerly winds with gusts around 25 to 35 miles per hour expected through Sunday night. Winds will be peaking this afternoon, and these higher winds will be will be contributing to those dangerously cold wind chills across southeast Texas and also lead to some weather-related power outages. Uh, these are the expected high temperatures for today. So basically, uh, either these temperatures have already happened or will be happening within the next couple hours with maybe a degree or two of warming. Most locations will not rise above freezing today, for especially for areas north and northwest of the Houston metro area. And even where locations do rise above freezing, it will still be a very cold day, generally in the 30s. And then with the wind chills, it's going to feel like the 20s all day today, at least. Any rain that fell this morning will be slow to melt in areas that do not rise above freezing. And any areas that do melt and do not evaporate will refreeze tonight. These are the expected low temperatures for tonight into Monday morning. Bitterly cold temperatures are expected with low temperatures down to the teens across most areas north and west, basically most areas north of I-10, with temperatures getting down into the low 20s along the I-10 corridor towards the coast. So these are hard freeze criteria, temperatures below 25 degrees, and that increases the chance to damage to poorly protected pipes, even on indoor locations. Forecasted low temperatures for Monday night into Tuesday morning. So on Monday, we're going to have a high pressure building in over the area that will be kind of clearing out the skies and bringing lighter winds as we get into Monday night. And these conditions are going to be lead to some rapidly cooling temperatures Monday night. We'll have temperatures potentially down into the single digits across the piney woods, and then down into the teens to low 20s across the rest of the area. There is the potential that we could have even colder temperatures by about 5 to 10 degrees, which will bring temperatures down to near potentially zero in the Piney Woods region. Again, this is going to be a prolonged cold event. We may briefly warm up for some areas on the coast above freezing this afternoon, but then remain below freezing through tomorrow afternoon, and again maybe just get above freezing for an hour or two, and then drop back down into the teens to potentially single digits Monday night into Tuesday morning. One thing to be kind of monitoring is that if there have been any burst pipes that happened during the overnight hours when we're the coldest, if we do warm up into those maybe mid to upper 30s potentially, and give that water time to melt, that may lead to those pipes bursting, and then with us dropping back down below freezing to a hard freeze Monday night into Tuesday morning. Any of those burst pipes may refreeze. This map here shows the estimated hours at or below freezing. And as you can see approximately anywhere from 1 to 3 days of consecutive temperatures below freezing, with really the areas in the Piney Woods and Brazos Valley approaching that 3-day mark. And then as you get down towards the I-10 corridor towards the coast, it's around 12 to 18 hours of persistent freezing temperatures. This is the wind chill forecast through Tuesday. And as you can see, we are getting some dangerously cold wind chills expected tonight into Monday morning, with wind chills potentially getting down into the single digits across pretty much the entire area of Southeast Texas. We are really encouraging anyone that is going out into these cold temperatures to make sure they bundle up, because these temperatures will lead to increased risk of cold-related illnesses such as frostbite and hypothermia. Just want to give you a quick 5-day outlook. We are anticipating some warming by midweek with high temperatures getting back into the 40s to 50s by Wednesday. This is cooler than normal, but at least it's a little warmer than what we're seeing for the start of the week. And then light freezes will continue for at least parts of the region each night through Thursday. I mentioned a bit about the marine houses earlier, but again, we're looking at Elevated winds through at least Monday morning, with wind gusts peaking at around 25 to 30 knots, with rough bay waters and seas in the nearshore and offshore waters rising to around 6 to 10 feet, or around 7 to 11 feet. And then, even over the open waters, we are anticipating wind chills to drop down into the teens today into Monday morning. These are some safety graphics that we'll be utilizing in our social media messaging. And then if anyone wants to use either these or additional infographics, you can scan that QR code and it'll have a entire repository for you to use at your disposal. So takeaways: hazardous travel conditions may persist through at least Monday morning, as some areas may never reach above freezing this afternoon, and areas that do end up thawing out today will experience refreezing tonight of any wet roads. Extreme cold conditions are expected tonight through Tuesday morning, with prolonged periods below freezing temperatures, dangerously cold wind chills, and hard freezes likely. This will be the last webinar for this event. We will be giving a continued email briefings through tonight into the end of this cold stretch. And then that is all I have for you today, and let me end the recording.